See, you'd like to be able to nestle on the red that's nearest the cush, the one to the right of the black, but I can't see a path through to that. There's lots of balls in the way to prevent him from getting to that one. This would be a very narrow gap he'd have to find to go between the reds.
Well, he's given a lot of thoughts. There's only one red I feel as though he can get safe off, and that's the one closest to the top cushion, but I'm just wondering how he gets there. Can you see a way, Dennis?
Yeah, I mean, look, he's looking at going twice across the table, but look, he'd have to avoid the brown, he'd have to avoid the reds.
He'd have to go through two of them. I think sometimes in this situation you're better off just going for the old hit and hope.
Well, if he can pull this shot off, it'll be some escape. Let's have a look. Has he found the gap? No, but hang on a minute. Might not be all that bad.
I think he's had a result there.
He has. He's got away with it. Still here, and we're going to have a little pulse question. This will be interesting. Do you enjoy the tactical aspects of the game? There you go. Vote on bbc.co.uk/ and click on the old pulse.
In the meantime, just a bit of a loose safety there from Ronnie. Trademark Mark Williams red, and he's come inch perfect on the blue, albeit near the cushion, but a nice spotting angle. Oh, he's missed it by a mile.
Mark Williams won.
What happened there? He was perfect.
Never even got close to the pocket, did it, John?
Never caught the jaw.
One.
I know sometimes they're a little bit difficult when you're close to the cushion, but oh, bad one. How costly is it going to be? That's the thing.
Set. Eight. 40. 50. 21. 22. 28.
Well, you asked the question, Dennis, and they've been on the old pulse. Do you enjoy the tactical aspects of the game? Yes or no? Ooh, look at that. 91% say yes.
35.
I knew it was going to be high, but I didn't think that high. So that just shows you that they're not only
36.
like seeing the big breaks going in, I like to see if you can get yourself a chance to make a big break.
Yes, and we had one the other day, didn't we? Did they prefer the longer frames? And that was
42.
up in the 90%.
43.
Well, I'll tell you what, we'll be having Cliff Thorburn and Terry Griffiths making comebacks then, John.
Well, I don't want to vote on that.
In fact, Cliff,
Let's quit while we're ahead.
in fact, I spoke to
49.
Cliff yesterday. He's back over. They're going to be playing the Legends Tour a few days. In fact, I'm going to be involved in a few of those with you, John. It looked fantastic. And I think there's one at Telford on the 8th, where we play the snooker at the Telford Centre, and all the legends will be there.
56.
So this frame now well and truly over.
57.
Bad miss from Mark Williams when he missed that blue in the middle, and it's cost him the frame. From what we've seen so far, there's no way he's going to, well, 70 points behind, 2 reds left.
63.
There's no way he's going to carry on, so whether this red goes in or not doesn't matter.
64.
But it did, so now, a little bit of interest. Can Ronnie make a century? Can he bring this red away from the black? You bet he can, and it's on for the corner.
70.
Yeah, well played now. One good positional shot on the yellow. Don't think this is it, unless he gets a kiss.
78.
Oh, pretty good effort, but that was always going to be difficult.
O'Sullivan,
So
78
one mistake
in the front.
from Mark Williams. He missed the blue in the middle pocket and he had to sit out, while Ronnie O'Sullivan made that 78 break. He leads 2 frames to 1.
And the story of the frame, the missed blue, Steve, very definitely.
Yes, and the way that Mark Williams looked at his tip afterwards, I'm not so sure it didn't slip across the top of the whiteboard to some degree, a sort of semi-miscue. It's hard to know, John, isn't it? But missing it that far,
Yeah.
And then the reaction, he looked at his tip as if he didn't really strike it that well. And obviously, when you're close to the cushion, you can't really cue as parallel as you would in a lot of shots, because otherwise you only see the top part of the white ball. It's very easy to slip across the top of the white ball, so you've got to jack your cue up a little bit at the back. Perhaps he was a fraction low, or perhaps he just didn't get the right contact with the chalk and the tip on the ball.
Yeah, it's hard to really know what Mark Williams is thinking. He's an ace poker player, isn't he, in general terms. He very rarely gives away any emotions at the table. You can't really read him out there, John.
No, there are times, like everybody, you know, all players feel a little bit of pressure and everything, but what he'll have noticed is O'Sullivan's hitting the ball beautifully when he's in amongst them, and he looks already more focused than he did the other day against Liang Wenbo.